This is 5 on your side at 5. Focused on you.
Tonight we are learning new details about a crash that killed 3 15-year-olds in University City. In the last few hours, we learned all of them were students at Ladue Horton Watkins High School. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Kelly Jackson.
And I'm Ann Allred. Mike Bush has the day off. This crash happened around 7 this morning on Groby Road.
We are told the teens took one of their parents' cars and crashed into a vacant building. Robert Townsend joins us live outside the high school. Robert, this is such a heartbreaking time.
Yeah, you know, Kelly and Ann, of course, this is an extremely tough time for everyone here at Ladue Horton Watkins High School. Now, when I walked inside the school this afternoon, before speaking with the superintendent, I saw visibly saddened students, teachers, and others who are clearly mourning. Mourning again, 3 15-year-old boys who lost their lives during that single car crash in University City. The school superintendent confirms the boys were students at Ladue Horton Watkins, but right now he's not telling us their grade levels out of respect for the students' families. The Missouri State Highway Patrol says this morning the boys traveled eastbound on Groby Avenue in a white Hyundai that crashed into a vacant house near Mulberry Lane. Now, investigators tell us the car traveled too fast for the conditions and the driver did not negotiate a left turn. The 3 Ladue students again died at the scene. Superintendent Dr. Jim Whipke is sending condolences to their families.
As I spoke to them on the phone today, I will also tell you Ladue Schools is here to support them in any way that we possibly can. I can't imagine losing a loved one, especially at that age, and we are here to support our families. We are here to support the friends of those that have lost their lives, and we are doing whatever we can to provide support.
Now, the school district's grief counselors and crisis intervention team are now helping students and staff get through this difficult time. I can also tell you this, more than 1,300 students currently attend this high school. We're live in Ladue. I'm Robert Townsend. 5 on your side.
Tonight, another legal battle over abortion rights in Missouri. This time, it's a high-profile prosecuting attorney suing the state.
And 5 on your side's Mercedes McKay was in the Carnahan Courthouse in downtown St. Louis, watching it all unfold today. She is in studio. What did you learn, Mercedes?
Well, Kelly and Ann today basically gave us an update on where the legal fight stands in the Missouri abortion case. Now, prosecuting attorney Jean Peters Baker of Kansas City is joining that fight. She's concerned about how prosecutors are supposed to interpret this ban. Now, this comes nearly 8 months after the initial lawsuit was filed here in St. Louis. Back in January, a group of religious leaders who support abortion rights voiced their opinions on the state's restrictive abortion law. The group of more than a dozen faith leaders claim the ban on abortion violates the separation of church and state that is protected in Missouri's Constitution. Today, attorneys for the religious leaders were in court to commend Baker for protecting the rule of law and access to abortion. But the state believes Baker doesn't have a case, and she's just slowing down the legal process.
You can't just sue because you don't like the abortion laws that are on the books. You have to have an actual injury. You have to be asserting somebody's rights. And she conceded today that she's not asserting anybody's rights. She's not asserting her own. She's not asserting the rights of anybody in Jackson County. All of this is completely improper.
Now, one of Baker's other big concerns with the ban is whether or not women could potentially be charged with crimes in the state for having an abortion. As for that original lawsuit brought forward by the faith leaders, lawyers just started that discovery process, so no trial date has been set just yet.
All right, thanks, Mercedes. Now let's talk about our weather. It's a sunny and warm evening in the St. Louis area.
Let's check in with meteorologist Tracy Henson.
Alrighty, so we hit 82 degrees today. Average is just a little bit warmer. It's going to start a trend of us being slightly below average over the next, probably helps if I turn my microphone on, doesn't it? 2 degrees for us today, an average high of 84. Low today was about 73, so much warmer, but we're going to get to that average low temperature of right around 65 degrees. Record high, thank goodness we weren't there. I think a lot of us would have been quite cranky if we hit that. 102 set back in 1899 and 48 set back in 1962. We're a little bit behind for rainfall, but not terribly. Coming up, I'll go over the outlook as we head into some cooler weather.
Football season will soon look different at St. Mary's High School in South St. Louis.
Changes are on the way after fights at last Friday's game, and a 14-year-old fired a gun near the campus. And this Friday's home game has been moved to Waterloo. 5 on your side's Travis Cummings joins us live from campus with how the school's handling all this, Travis.
That's right. Police and staff here at St. Mary's say that the teenager who fired the gun off campus was not a student here, nor were the individuals involved in those fights. School leaders say it's not a decision that they want to make, but one that they will in order to protect the school community.
This is a peaceful neighborhood, and St. Mary's is a peaceful school.
St. Mary's Southside Catholic High School has been a neighbor to Willie Gill for the last 5 years.
I goes over there and watch the game every Friday. It's been peaceful until last weekend.
Gill was nearby on Friday night when he and staff say a group of young people who didn't attend the school started fighting at the varsity game against Hazelwood East. Security moved everyone off campus and a group gathered at this gas station across the street. That's when police say a 14-year-old boy who was not a St. Mary's student fired a stolen handgun and was caught when he tried to run from officers.
The start of the school year here has been fantastic. I mean, just great energy among the students. We have our largest freshman class than we've had in the last 5 years.
President Mike England making a difficult but necessary decision on game days going forward.
We're limiting who can attend our games, and we are expanding the number of security officers that we will have here.
And students can't bring any kind of bags. Adults can, but it'll be searched upon entry. Security will be at the gate to wine spectators in. Only students from home and visiting teams can attend, and athletes have to register their supporters.
And it is a bit disappointing and discouraging. Hopefully sometime that can change and we can move back to it. But right now, safety is our #1 priority.
There's work to be done outside the school, too.
We have to step up as parents and older people.
Now, the 14-year-old was released to a guardian after he was brought to the detention center. He was facing some charges, including possessing a firearm and discharging that firearm within city limits. Now, if you look live here, you can see the team practicing right now. The school plans to implement those new protocols at their home game next week. We're live in South City tonight. Travis Cummings, 5 on your side.
Today, the head of United Auto Workers says the union will strike against any automaker that doesn't reach a new deal. Contracts expire next week on September 14th. That could result in strikes at Stellantis, Ford, and General Motors. That includes thousands of workers at the GM plant in Wentzville. The union wants a 46% pay raise, a 32-hour week, and 40 hours of pay with traditional pensions. UAW's president says there have been some progress in these negotiations. The union meets with GM tomorrow.
The Chesterfield City Council has approved a zoning plan for the former Chesterfield Mall. It's a plan that includes housing, retail, restaurants, and more. There's still more phases to go through, like site plan approvals. There's also a lawsuit from Dillard's to stop the redevelopment plan. For now, though, demolition is scheduled by the end of next year.
A judge makes his first decisions in the Trump, Georgia election case. How long he says the court case could last.
As COVID cases rise across the country, one drug maker says its booster helps battle a new variant.
Drivers are hitting a speed bump with costly repairs, but as Consumer Reports finds, more options could save you money.